If you're over 60, feeling drained, and your bedroom performance isn't what it used to be, I want you to pay close attention, because what I'm about to share might surprise you, and it could change everything. It starts with something simple: 3 everyday nuts. That's right. Just real, natural foods, no pills, no powders, can help reignite your energy, boost your drive, and improve blood flow and stamina like you haven't felt in years. I'm Dr. Laura. I've spent over 30 years helping men restore their strength, their confidence, and their masculinity. And I can tell you this: getting older doesn't mean giving up. It means being smarter about how you fuel your body. What most men don't realize is that these 3 specific nuts can help improve circulation, support stronger erections, and even elevate hormone levels, all by working with your biology, not against it. In this video, I'll break down exactly how they work, why they're more powerful when used together, the #1 mistake most men over 60 make that holds them back, and how a simple daily routine can help you feel like yourself again fast. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos made to help men over 60 feel stronger, more energized, and more confident every day. And hey, if you find this video helpful, type a 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your feedback helps me tailor these videos to what you really need. Alright, let's get into it, starting with the first powerhouse nut every man over 60 should know about. Nut #1: walnuts, the circulation king. Let's start with something simple but surprisingly powerful. Something sitting in your pantry right now, maybe even overlooked: the walnut. You've probably had them in salads, maybe baked into banana bread, but what most men over 60 don't know is that this humble nut might just be the missing key to unlocking better energy, stronger performance, and more powerful blood flow. Let me tell you about Tom. He was 68, a retired electrician, soft-spoken guy. When he first came into my office, he looked tired, not just physically, but emotionally. He sat down and said, "Doc, I'm trying. I really am, but it feels like my body just isn't responding anymore. I want to be there for my wife, but things just aren't working like they used to." And let me tell you, Tom's not alone. I've heard some version of that story more times than I can count. And you might be feeling the same way. You're not out of desire. You're not out of love. You're out of circulation. Because here's the truth: almost every performance issue after 60 traces back to blood flow. Your brain, your heart, your muscles, and yes, your ability to get and maintain an erection, they all depend on one thing: how well your blood is moving through your body. And as we age, that system starts to slow down. The vessels get stiff, the pressure drops, and nitric oxide, the molecule that signals your vessels to relax, takes a nosedive. Now here's where walnuts come in. Walnuts are one of nature's richest sources of an amino acid called L-arginine. Your body takes L-arginine and converts it into nitric oxide. That's the stuff that tells your blood vessels, hey, relax a little, open up, let the blood flow through. When you were younger, your body made plenty of it on its own. But after 60, production slows and the results show up everywhere: sluggish energy, mental fog, and yes, weaker erections. Walnuts help refill that tank. But it doesn't stop there. These little brain-shaped nuts are also packed with omega-3 fatty acids, the same healthy fats you hear about in fish oil. These fats help reduce inflammation in your blood vessels. Think of it like oiling up a creaky door hinge, making it easier for blood to travel where it needs to go. That means better heart health, improved oxygen delivery to your muscles, and clearer thinking upstairs. And then there's the antioxidant power. Walnuts contain compounds like ellagic acid and polyphenol, natural plant chemicals that protect your blood vessels from damage and oxidative stress. They help slow down the aging process from the inside out. I had another patient, Sam, 64. He didn't come in for performance issues. He came in because he was tired, flat, and waking up every day feeling like he needed another 3 hours of sleep. I asked about his diet, and sure enough, it was low on healthy fats, low on nutrients that support vascular health. We made one simple change. Every evening, just before bed, he started eating a small handful of raw, unsalted walnuts. Nothing fancy. 2 weeks later, his energy was back. Morning wood, stronger. He even told me, "Doc, I didn't realize how foggy my mind had gotten until it started to clear up." That's the thing about poor circulation. It doesn't always scream at you. Sometimes it just quietly drains you, little by little. Now, before you run out and buy a 10-pound bag of walnuts, let me give you a few tips. First, moderation matters. You don't need a bowl full. Just a small handful, around 7 to 10 walnut halves, is enough to give your body what it needs without overdoing calories. Second, skip the flavored or sugar-coated versions. Look for raw or dry roasted, unsalted walnuts. You want all the nutrients without the extra junk. And third, timing helps. I recommend eating them in the evening, maybe an hour or so before bed. Why? Because during sleep is when your body repairs itself, including your blood vessels. Feeding it healthy fats and L-arginine before rest is like giving it the raw materials to rebuild overnight. Walnuts aren't a magic pill. They won't fix everything in 24 hours. But they are a powerful, natural tool your body understands. No weird side effects. No prescriptions. Just real food doing what it was designed to do, supporting you from the inside out. So if you've been feeling like your spark is flickering, whether it's your energy, your drive, or your performance, this simple, daily addition might be exactly what your body's been asking for. And the best part? It's just the beginning. Because the next nut on our list takes these benefits and pushes them even further, directly improving erection strength and staying power in a way that's been clinically proven. Nut number 2, pistachios, the erection booster. Now, if walnuts are the circulation king, pistachios are the closer, the finisher. And I don't say that lightly. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt completely confident in the bedroom? No stress. No hesitation. Just energy, presence, and performance. For a lot of guys over 60, that kind of confidence starts to fade. And not because the desire isn't there, but because the body just doesn't cooperate like it used to. That's where pistachios come in. I call them nature's little green boosters for a reason. These small, buttery nuts do something extraordinary when it comes to male performance, and unlike most supplements out there, there's actual clinical proof to back it up. Let me explain. There was a fascinating study published a few years ago in the International Journal of Impotence Research, and yes, that's a real journal. Researchers took a group of men with erectile dysfunction and had them eat just 100 grams of pistachios a day. That's about 2 handfuls for 3 weeks. That's it. No meds, no other changes. By the end of the study, erection hardness improved significantly. Staying power increased. Libido improved. And even their cholesterol levels got better. Now think about that. One simple food, producing better results than some over-the-counter male enhancement pills, and without the side effects. So what's going on here? It all comes down to arginine, again, that same amino acid we talked about in walnuts. But pistachios take it a step further. They contain higher levels of arginine per gram than almost any other nut. And because they're so easily digested, your body can absorb that nitric oxide precursor fast. What does nitric oxide do again? It tells your blood vessels to relax and expand, which improves blood flow. And when it comes to getting and maintaining an erection, blood flow is everything. No blood, no erection. Simple as that. But that's not all pistachios have going for them. They're also packed with plant sterols, which help lower bad cholesterol and reduce plaque buildup in your arteries, including the smaller arteries that feed blood to your most important areas. A lot of men don't realize that the blood vessels leading to your penis are way smaller than the ones going to your heart. So if you've got even mild blockages forming, guess where it shows up first? That's right, performance problems. Pistachios help keep those pathways clear. And here's something you might not expect. They're also high in B6, a vitamin your body uses to make dopamine, the brain chemical tied to pleasure, motivation, and yes, sexual desire. So it's not just your circulation getting a lift, it's your mindset too. I remember one of my patients, David, 62, former Marine, proud guy. He came in after trying 2 different prescription meds that left him with headaches and face flushing. I suggested something simple. Swap out his usual salty snack with a handful of dry roasted pistachios each afternoon. That was it. 6 weeks later, he came back and said, "Doc, I'm waking up with morning wood again for the first time in years. My wife asked me what I'm taking, and I told her, just nuts." We both had a good laugh. Now let me give you a couple of pointers to make pistachios work for you. First, go for the unsalted, shelled kind if you can. Salted versions can spike your sodium, which works against circulation. Second, don't overdo it. About a handful or 2 per day, roughly 1/4 to half a cup, is plenty. Pistachios are nutrient-dense, but they're still high in calories if you go nuts, pun intended. Third, consistency is key. This isn't a one-and-done kind of fix. It's a daily investment in your performance, just like going to the gym or brushing your teeth. Make it part of your routine and let your body do the rest. So if you're looking to regain your edge, feel more confident, and give your partner something to smile about, pistachios are your secret weapon. Easy, affordable, backed by science, and delicious. And we're just getting warmed up. Nut number 3, Brazil nuts, the testosterone charger. All right, so we've talked about blood flow and erection power. But now it's time to talk about something that most men don't even realize they're running low on. Testosterone. It's the fuel for everything that makes you feel like you. Energy, focus, confidence, muscle tone, sex drive, even your mood. When your T levels drop, which they naturally do as we age, you start feeling it in every part of your life. Sluggish mornings, brain fog, that flat, unmotivated feeling that just won't go away. And yeah, bedroom performance takes a hit too. But here's the good news. You don't necessarily need expensive hormone therapy to support healthy T levels. Nature already gave you a powerful tool, and it comes in the form of a nut. The Brazil nut. Now, these are different from the other 2 nuts we talked about. You don't eat a big handful of them. In fact, with Brazil nuts, less is more. Just 1 or 2 per day is enough to unlock serious benefits. Why? Because Brazil nuts are the #1 richest food source of selenium, a trace mineral that's absolutely essential for testosterone production. Now, selenium isn't some trendy superfood. It's not flashy. You don't see it on supplement labels as often as zinc or magnesium. But here's the thing, without enough selenium, your body can't produce testosterone efficiently. Period. Selenium helps regulate the enzymes that convert cholesterol, the raw material, into testosterone. It also plays a key role in sperm production and motility, and even protects your testicles from oxidative stress. In plain English, selenium supports the very machinery inside your body that keeps your manhood running strong. And studies back this up. In one study, selenium supplementation improved testosterone levels and sperm quality in infertile men. In another, it was shown to work even better when combined with other antioxidants. But what makes Brazil nuts so special is how concentrated they are. Just one Brazil nut contains 100 to 150% of your daily selenium needs. That's why you don't want to overdo it. Too much selenium can cause problems, so again, 1 to 2 nuts per day is the sweet spot. Let me give you a real-world example. I had a client named Mark, 58 years old. Business executive, worked long hours, always tired. Said he felt like his drive had flatlined. His testosterone wasn't low enough for therapy, but it wasn't optimal either. I suggested he start adding 1 Brazil nut per day, along with a little morning sunlight and some resistance training. That's it. 3 months later, he came back with more energy, more clarity, and even said his wife noticed the old spark was back. Not bad for a nut the size of your thumb, right? But it's not just testosterone. Brazil nuts also contain healthy fats, magnesium, and zinc, all of which play supporting roles in hormone production and sexual health. They're like a compact little hormone support package from the Amazon rainforest. Here's how to make them work for you. Buy raw, unsalted Brazil nuts, preferably organic. Keep them in the fridge. They go rancid quickly due to their high fat content. Eat 1 to 2 per day, max chew them slowly. Think of them like a daily supplement, not a snack. So to recap, walnuts get your blood flowing. Pistachios boost your erection power. And Brazil nuts help recharge your testosterone tank. 3 simple nuts. No prescriptions. No gimmicks. Just natural, science-backed tools to help you feel strong, perform better, and live with more energy and confidence. And guess what? You don't need to wait months to feel a difference. Start adding these into your daily routine, and you could notice changes within a few short weeks, sometimes even sooner. But here's where things really come together when you combine all 3 of these nuts. Why they work better together. Your body doesn't heal in isolation. It thrives when things work in synergy. Walnuts improve blood flow. Pistachios support erection quality and vascular health. Brazil nuts restore hormone levels and protect your prostate. When you put them together, something amazing happens. I've seen it firsthand. Dan, 71, had tried each nut separately but inconsistently. Nothing stuck. So I asked him to commit. Just eat all 3 nuts daily for 21 days. No skipping. Just show up. 3 weeks later, Dan came back glowing. I've got more energy. I feel sharper. My wife says I'm more present. That's what this combination gives you, not just physical results, but the return of something deeper. Presence, confidence, vitality. This isn't hard to do. But if there's one thing that can ruin your progress, it's this next mistake, and it's one I see far too often. The number 1 mistake men over 60 make: most men don't lose their strength all at once. It fades slowly, so gradually they barely notice. They shrug off the changes. It's just aging, they say. And they stop looking for answers. But that mindset, that quiet resignation, is the biggest mistake of all. Bill, 69, told me, I figured this was my new normal. That broke my heart because it wasn't true. Bill just needed a small shift, a reason to believe progress was still possible. So I asked him to start. Start walking again. Start the nuts. Start choosing to believe his body could bounce back. Within weeks, his energy returned. So did his smile. So did his spark. The mistake isn't aging. It's assuming aging means surrender. It doesn't, not if you take action. Your daily vitality routine, if you're wondering how to make this all work, here's the simple daily routine I give my patients. Morning, 1 Brazil nut. Right after brushing your teeth. Easy to remember, hard to forget. Supports hormones and prostate health. Midday, a small handful of unsalted pistachios. Great afternoon snack. Boosts energy, circulation, and performance. Evening, a small handful of walnuts. About an hour before bed. Supports blood flow, reduces inflammation, and fuels recovery while you sleep. That's it. 3 nuts. 3 minutes a day. And the results. I've seen them change lives. But more important than the routine is the belief behind it. Final thoughts if you've made it this far. I want to speak to you directly, not as a doctor, but as someone who's listened to hundreds of men ask, "Where did I go?" That question doesn't make you weak, it makes you aware. And that awareness means you still care. You still want to feel strong, connected, alive. You've now got a simple, natural way forward. Walnuts for circulation, pistachios for performance, Brazil nuts for hormone support. Alone, they're powerful. Together, they're transformational. And now, it's up to you. A Brazil nut in the morning. Pistachios at lunch. Walnuts before bed. These aren't just snacks. They're signals to your body and to yourself that you're not giving up. Because your best years, they don't end at 60. Not even close. If this message spoke to you, if it gave you clarity, hope, or just a push to get started, please take a moment to like this video. It helps more men find this kind of guidance. And if you know someone who needs this message, share it. You never know whose life you might impact with one simple video. Drop a comment below, let me know what stood out, what you're going to try, or just type, "I'm starting today." I read every one, and your stories keep this mission going. If you'd like to support this channel and help more men access real, honest health advice, you can chip in with a small donation using the link below. Every bit helps. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking charge of your health. Your action today matters. Let's keep moving forward together.